Oh, what's up, guys? I got a little bit sunburned today. I'm in beautiful Inglewood, California. I'm originally from Nashville in a town called Inglewood, so it's pretty funny that I'm here right now. But guys, I want to talk a little bit about MGTOW and why you need to be careful with MGTOW content. MGTOW teaches men about female nature, and that's a good thing. I wish I knew about female nature earlier in my life, because it is true that most women are hypergamous. Most women do look at a man's income. Most women do file for divorce. Women get bored quicker in relationships, and women require more from men to be happy than men require from women. Men basically want a beautiful woman who is loyal and is clean and godly and emotionally supportive, soft, submissive. But a woman wants a guy who's strong, tall, strong, wealthy, successful, charming, funny. They want all these things. And that can be very daunting for a lot of young men, and they think, wow, it's impossible for me, because women are worshipped for their beauty. Women don't have to do that much to be admired. They can put some selfie on Instagram, and then they suddenly have 1 million people liking their photo. And a lot of men can get fed up in the dating world because they feel like they're invisible. But let me tell you something, guys. Women rule the world from ages 15 to 35. That's when their beauty is at their peak. But then after that, it starts to go downhill. But a lot of men don't reach their stride in life until they hit their 40s. So men, be patient with your careers. Keep going to the gym. Keep working out. Keep improving yourself. But this is the second part of the video. As a Bible believer, as a Christian, let me tell you something. He who finds a good wife finds a good thing. That is in the Bible. I'm telling you, if you find a good wife who's loyal, she can motivate you and support you to reaching heights that you never dreamed of. And a lot of this MGTOW or red pill content is encouraging men to not get married, to sleep around, and basically become male whores. And it's not good. It's not good for your mental health, your mental psyche. It is not good for you. Just like it's bad for a woman to be a whore and sleep around and it messes her mind up, it's also bad for men to sleep around and it also messes their mind up. Science proves that those who have slept with more than 5 people in their life are more likely to get divorced later on, because they've trained themselves to always look for the next best thing, and they're never satisfied. So a lot of this red pill and MGTOW content is coming from guys who have been divorced, they've been hurt, they've been taken advantage of, they're tired of paying for everything and being used and abused. It's the same thing that happened with the feminism movement. A lot of women became strong and independent, and they embraced feminism because men were abusing women back in the 1950s and 60s. They were making them stay at home and not allowing them to work and threatening them, saying, well, you can't work, so you can't make it without me. We both had it so good. Gender roles work. The man used to work and earn the money, and the woman stayed at home and take care of the children. But men and women, they stopped appreciating each other, and that's why all this anger between the sexes started, was because we stopped appreciating each other. Men stopped appreciating women staying home and taking care of the house and the children and the husband's emotional needs. And then the women, they took for granted the fact that men cannot show their emotions. They have to be strong. They have to be successful. They have to be breadwinners. And there's a lot of pressure on men. That's why men kill themselves more than women, because there's a lot of pressure on us in society to man up, suck it up. You're a man, get it done. Society does not come and rescue men. So feminism has been pushed for the last 20, 30, 40 years. We got to protect women. We have to help women. And as a result, men have been left behind, and there's no leadership for men anymore. So men, I like Andrew Tate in a lot of ways, but he's wrong about encouraging men to sleep around. We're supposed to be godly men. We're supposed to stick with one wife, and you ladies with one husband, and be loyal to each other. Your body is a temple. Every person that you have sex with, you are taking their spirit and their energy within you. And if you sleep with the wrong person, it's going to mess your head up. It's going to mess your soul up. So I like red pill content. I like MGTOW content, but I would recommend not watching too much of it, because it may brainwash you to stay away from women completely. And one day you're going to wake up and be 40, 45, 50 years old, and you're not going to have a family. You're not going to have children. And when you're 60, life is going to get real lonely. So I agree that for both men and women, dating is really messed up nowadays. It's very hard to find a godly man, and even harder to find a godly woman these days, especially in the West, in America, in England, and Europe, where women are less traditional. That's why a lot of men are going to Asia and South America and Eastern Europe, where the women are more traditional. But even in those places, because of TikTok and social media, everyone's being encouraged to be, sluts and do drugs and show off their tattoos and do all this, devilish stuff. But guys, learn about this kind of nature and behaviors and attitudes, but don't let it get so much to your head to where you're not allowing yourself to be happy and to start a family and to find a good wife, because it is possible. And you got to realize something. Men also have a nature. As much as we talk about female nature, there's also male nature. There are shitty men out here that pump and dump good girls and break their hearts and turn them into toxic people. Just like there are bitchy women who take advantage of nice guys, and then as a result, they turn into playboys. I'm going to tell you guys something. Hurt people hurt people. It's this toxic cycle of nice guys getting hurt by toxic women, and those nice guys turn into toxic men, and then those toxic men go and hurt the nice girls. And all we're doing is just traumatizing each other left and right until society collapses, and there's no more family, there's no more children, people stop going to church, they stop believing in God, people become alcoholics, they get on drugs because they're trying to cope with the loneliness and the pain that is self-imposed, all because we couldn't do what the Bible tells us. And the Bible says that man should not be alone, and that women were literally created by God to be our helpmates. Men and women were designed to work together in order to build families. It even says in the Bible that women are the weaker vessel. Men are physically stronger. Men are physically stronger, and it's our job to protect them physically. But women, you could argue, are more emotionally nurturing. Hence, they are better at rearing children in their early years. And then the men come in later and give the discipline. Men and women complement each other. It's like the night and the day, the sun and the moon. We need each other. And anybody who tells you that you're strong and independent, that you don't need a woman, no, I need women. If I want to start a family, if I want to continue my bloodline, I need a good, godly woman. And same thing for you ladies. You say, oh, I'm a strong, independent woman and I don't need a man. Well, you're lying to yourself. And be honest, when you go home at night, and you're watching TV alone in your bed, it would be amazing if you had a strong man that was there to wrap his arms around you and protect you and provide for you. We need to get rid of this notion that working these careers makes us happy. These jobs don't give a shit about us. They would fire us in a heartbeat. These jobs, they don't care about us. Listen, don't put your career first. Put your family first. Because your job is not always going to be there for you, but your wife and your children and your family, that's forever. And of course, God is, as much as you should love your wife and your husband, love God even more, because your wife might divorce you. Your husband might cheat on you, but the love of God is forever. Everywhere I go in these streets, I meet people every single day and I glorify God. I met 3 people today just walking around on the streets and got into random conversations with people about God. And it's amazing. Every chance I get, I tell people my story about the gunshot that scraped the back of my head. I had a near-death experience. 3 years ago, I was a completely different person. I was partying and drinking a lot, and I didn't care about life. But when that bullet scratched my head, that made me realize life is short, and I need to get serious. I need to get serious. I need to be a protector and a provider. I need to find a wife. I need to make children, and I need to adopt responsibility. I need to be a responsible man and stop letting pleasure dictate my existence. Because that pleasure will get you killed. Stop letting your flesh eat you up. I'm telling you guys. So I want to keep this video a little bit short. I know I love doing these 30-minute long rants, but guys, if you're a man, you should watch red pill content. You should learn about women. Talk to your fathers and your grandfathers, because women do play a lot of games. And you ladies, talk to your fathers and your mothers and learn about the games that men play, because men also play games. You know what I'm saying? So learn, but don't be so focused on the negatives of men and women that you block your blessings and you miss out on finding real love because you're so focused on what might go wrong. Oh, she might divorce me. She might cheat on me. Oh, that guy, I don't trust him. He might leave me. He might cheat on me with another woman. Be aware of those possibilities and be on the lookout for signs. But don't be so obsessed with what might go wrong that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And this is my last bit of advice before I end this video. If something is happening in your relationship that's bothering you or giving you bad vibes, don't wait to bring it up. Bring it up right then and there, but do it respectfully. Say, babe, I got a question about this, or hey, I'm a little bit concerned about this person that you're hanging out with. Can you tell me more? As long as you do so respectfully, never be afraid to address your concerns in a relationship, because what happens 99% of the time is someone gets bad vibes about something in a relationship and they don't say anything because they don't want to be rude. And then it ends up being a real problem. And then, 5 years later, they're like, oh, it turns out that thing that I was worried about was actually true. But if you addressed it when it first happened, you could have avoided the whole thing. So remain vigilant, because the devil and Satan, his minions, these demons, they're constantly attacking our marriages. They're constantly attacking our relationships with our loved ones and our relationship with God. Every day you got to pray to keep the demons away. So don't watch pornography. If you have to, get off of social media so that you're not tempted to cheat on your spouse. Put every roadblock in front of yourself so that you can stay loyal. And if you can't stay loyal, then stay single, because we got to stop breaking each other's hearts out here. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. I don't care if you're male or female. I'm praying for everybody watching this video that you find true love, and that you find a godly husband or a godly wife and you're never alone, because the Bible says over and over, it is not good to be alone. Men and women were created to serve each other. In 2 Corinthians, it says, husbands, love your wife as you love yourself, and wives, be in submission to your husband, and husbands, be in submission to your wife. Always be serving each other. Every day, think of ways that you can serve your wife and make her happy and scratch her back. And wives, you do the same thing. Every day, ask yourself, how can I lift my man up and encourage him and make him feel secured and loved and emotionally supported? Because men, we don't get that a lot. Men are always told we got to hide our emotions and we have to be tough. So men love it when we come home and our women put their arms around us and say, I love you, baby. I'm here for you. I'm never going to leave you. We men, we love that stuff. We love it. We love that emotional support because we get so little of it in society. So guys, I got to head out. Thank you for listening, and God bless you all. Take care.